Hi, Merry Meet. Welcome back to my channel. I am Billy Joe. I am also known as Shikoni, a solitary witch. How you doing? I just came back from the cardiologist today. Pardon the dishes in the sink. They are clean. That's where my dish drain is, in the sink. I just didn't put the dishes away. Not like that matters. It don't. I just came back from the cardiologist, and to be honest, isn't it amazing being a human being how we can ramp ourselves up and get all stressed out about something, and then it's pointless. It's pointless to get stressed out about it. I am very aware of my health. I am very aware of what I put into my body, how it affects my body. And whenever it comes to a new prescription or new anything, I research it, and I research the crap out of it. I have questions and answers. My cardiologist gave me a brand new prescription of beta blocker on Monday. I have not taken it yet. I wanted to speak to my doctor first. And believe me, from getting it prescribed on Monday to today, yesterday I spent all day going through my books. There's just a brief little catch of them right there. Then I have more books down there, and then of course my healthy cookbooks, and this is not even counting all of the herbal and medicine books, medical books, I have gone through. And I compiled a huge list of things. I pinpointed a few things that partake to me as far as herb supplements and things that I take. And these things are not supposed to be taken with the Toprol XL. So I had to check with the cardiologist before I took this medicine. And on this medicine, it says that you have to take this medicine on everything that I read about it. You have to take it every day at the same time, every day. That you cannot just stop taking it. And that leaves me a little nervous. I'm the type of person where I've had a horrible back history of child abuse and molestation, which caused me to be on a lot of mood altering medications such as Paxil, Zoloft, Wellbutrin, Seroquel, Valium, Xanax, Klonopins. And then after being on all of these medicines and then getting off of all of these medicines, there was a time in between that time and this time where I was taking medications that weren't necessarily my medications, because I was so in that universe of, when I was taking all of these other pills to help me deal with the stress that was put upon me as a child, it kind of made me addicted to certain things, and I had to wean myself off. I found a really good doctor. He helped me get through it to where I was taking all of this stuff to where now I'm not taking anything. So when I came across a prescription that said, you got to take it every day for the rest of your life at this particular time, I kind of freaked out a little bit, because I don't want to get put back in that category. Now I am completely aware that the medications that I was taking, that I kind of gotten drawn to and kind of saturated in, were psychological, mood altering, psychiatric, psychotropic types of medications, and they have absolutely nothing to do with your cardiac, with your heart. But still, it's a psychological process. So where, when you have to take all of these things, and then you're taking all of these things, and then you're not taking anything, that you don't want to get caught back up into that addictive kind of reliant personality that humans can get. So I went in, I talked to my doctor, I laid it all out to him, told him what herbs I was taking, what herbs I consume on a daily basis. He said that when it came time to take the Toprol XL, that it didn't have to be taken every day, that it could be taken as needed. Since my stress test was great, since my EKG was good, looking good, sounded good, since I exercise, a lot of these things will help you, especially the exercise. If you're exercising, you're revving up your heart, and those extra beats don't really have a time to kind of get in there and kind of irritate a person who is sitting still, who is going to notice. You know, your heart's just going along, and then it goes, you're going to notice. But if you're exercising, you're doing other stuff, your heartbeat's already going, and so, a couple extra beats here, there, and yonder aren't going to affect me. He said that since everything is so mild, I do have mitral prolapse leaking, that has been going on since birth. They'll just keep an eye on it. The extra heartbeats come in stressful moments. Things that I wouldn't normally think as being stressful. When I was on the heart monitor, I became very aware. I'm aware anyway of what's going on with my body, but I became extremely aware and present at the things that were going on. And, when you're wearing the heart monitor, you feel an episode, you have to click the monitor, and then when you click the monitor, you can go to either the app or the little book that they gave you. When you click it, you write down what you were feeling at that time, so then when they go over the monitor, they can kind of correlate what your symptoms are, what you were experiencing, and if there was something actually going on. He said the longest period of time that my heart had an irregular beat was about 10 beats, about 10 minutes, he said. I don't know why I said 10 beats, about 10 minutes. And, I was in an incredibly high stressful situation then. So I realized that whenever I was wearing this monitor and I felt the palpitation come, or the quick breathing, or rapid, the rapid heartbeat, any kind of symptoms that I had, of course I'm writing it down, and that made me present to the thoughts, where it's like the least little thing, can cause your heart to be irregular. As I was sitting in the doctor's office, anxious and anticipating the conversation that I was going to have with the doctor, I have the nurse, and then I have the person who's doing the paperwork. I don't know. Back in the day, they used to be the same person. But I'm sitting there, and they took my blood pressure. It was 143 over 100. Well, of course, it's 143 over 100. When the doctor came into the room, I'm sitting in the chair, my shoes are off, Indian cross-leg style, and I'm breathing. I'm breathing to control my heartbeat, to bring it back down to a normal rate. And, I am very present and very, very, very present in my being. I have not always been that way, and it's sad that when we're young, we're busy doing other things. We don't really think about the whole package. We don't think about the future. We're in the moment when we are young. As we're older, we think of, well, this could have led to that, or that could have led to this, or whatever, So I am grateful for the fact of being aware, to being able to slow down. And I am grateful for the fact that the doctor said that I can take this medication intermittently, that I can even, it being the lowest dose that this prescription has, I can even break the dosage in half, to where if I feel an episode coming along, I can take the medications somewhat like you would take a Valium or a Xanax when you feel like that stress. He said back in the day, he heard of a lot of people taking metropropyl, like if they had to give a speech or something to calm them down. So that leaves me incredibly relieved. So I will just save that medication for when I need it, because he said that that's something that I could do. So, yay. Hopefully I won't need it. I have to go back and see him again in 3 months, so we can keep a track on things, which, you know, when you start going seeing a specialist, I guess that is the deal. They want to see how you're doing there for the first little bit, and then if everything kind of stays calm and cool and mellow, then you don't have to go every 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So that is what is going on with me, and that is what I had found out about my heart condition. And as I'm sitting here looking at this, I'm thinking, oh my God, my hair is really uneven, but it's not. It's just behind me. Yes. I kind of wonder sometimes, or think about, you know, putting more color in my hair, but I'm really kind of digging this bluey gray kind of feel. Yeah, for sure. Anywho, that's what's going on with my day. Thank you very much for watching my channel. I got an update from YouTube yesterday, and it told me about my watch minutes and the people, you, who watch my channel, and I'm very, very grateful for that, and I'm very grateful for having you around. You're my friends, you know. I come on and I share, and sometimes we talk, and it's great. It's fantastic. I appreciate you so much. You have no idea how much you touch my life, how grateful. You have no idea. And I'm just so appreciative of you so much. It's just overwhelming. And who knew that my highest viewed video would be me and my Flagstaff camper pop up. But anywho, have a great day. I'm going to get me something to eat. I am going to, my husband and I went to our camper, and we got the coffee pot that we keep in the pop-up, so I can now have decaf coffee. For what it's worth, that is just a whole nother anxiety. The last time I tried decaf coffee, it tasted like watered down mud. I'm like, maybe I should just, you know, put a little more coffee in this coffee that's not coffee. How did they take the caffeine out of the coffee bean? I don't understand. I should look it up. That's what I should do. Oh, and I also asked the cardiologist, where is the best place to find information when it comes to our health? And WebMD is the best site for getting information. It's the most updated and most informational database when it comes to your medical conditions, any questions that you have. So I just thought I'd pass that along to you. I don't get any kind of anything for sharing that. I'm just sharing it because that's what I found out, and that's what I use. You know, when it comes to having a medication or any kind of anything, I'm a nerd. I keep track of that stuff, and it was really refreshing for me because I thought, you know, perhaps this doctor might be offended that I didn't just jump right on that prescription bandwagon and just be like, okay, I'm going to take this because he said to take it, or she said to take it, or they said to take it. I go into every doctor's appointment like I'm going into a battle. I do my research. I'm, you know, highly aware of my facts, and I go in there wanting even more facts. When I brought up the plant valerian, it kind of took me back because he was like, oh, well, what is that? It's not on your papers. And I'm like, well, you know, I don't take it all the time. I take the ginkgo biloba, and I take the St. John's wort on a daily basis along with my multivitamin. I have apple cider vinegar that I take if I start to feel like some sort of thing going on with my bladder or my kidneys, because it will flush your system out. And I only take that sporadically. So I have to add valerian to my medicine list, even though I take it occasionally. He was like, well, what is valerian? And I'm like, valerian, sir, is the tranquilizing plant that the Valium, Xanax, and Klonopin is created from. You are welcome. He also told me of a Dr. Wild, he couldn't say his name. He is an herbologist, an herbalist. He said that that would also be a good place for me to go to find information if I needed it. But I have a huge, huge amount of information that I have access to. I told him, I was like, I'm not one for prescriptions. When it comes to an ailment or an illness or anything, I will go and bust out my herbs, make a tea, brew a tincture, make a tincture, salve, or just what I need. I just make it because it doesn't have all the nasty side effects and everything that the chemical man-made prescriptions do. Valium, Xanax, and Klonopins are based off of the valerian plant, but they have man-made chemicals and compounds in them to form the little teeny tiny pill. So, yeah. I am relieved that this is a medication that I can take sporadically. I suggest that whenever you go to the doctor, do your homework. Ask questions. If your doctor becomes offended because you're asking questions, perhaps you need to find a different doctor, because, they're there to help you be a better you. We're not there for them to tell us how to do or how to be. Does that make sense? So, I just wanted to share that with you. Be well. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please give me a thumbs up if you like my content. Leave a comment. I would love to hear from you and talk to you. I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching.